We're live on Spiritual Psychics TV with Paul Bannister and his guests for Spiritual Talk.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Spiritual Talk here on our home at SBTV. Welcome, everyone. Lovely to see you. It's Thursday. It's 8 o'clock. Where else would you want to be on a Thursday evening but sharing some time with us here on SBTV? We've got another great guest this evening coming on. But again, just to allow things to load up and get the algorithms going, don't forget to please share our live. We appreciate your love and support and everything we do here at SBTV. Everything is also free, guys, so without your support we can't do this. So also just quickly say hello to us, let us know where you're coming in from. Also love to know if you're international, whereabouts you are in the world. I'm in Norfolk. I don't mind if you're up the road watching here in Norfolk or where our guest is in Holland. It'd be lovely to let us know where you're coming in from or if you're in America. Can't see the comments yet. It's okay. We have about a 10-second delay. Hi, Terry Louise. She's saying hello to everyone, and Jeffrey as well, our guest tonight. Looking forward to getting Jeffrey on in a moment. And we've got Sandra. Hi, Sandra. Good to see you. I love the galaxy there, the picture there. Elaine, hello, Elaine. Elaine's coming in. Hello, good to see you, Elaine. And Nadia Hatch. And where are you coming in from, Nadia? And Angeline, hello, Angeline. That's oh, that looks good. That nice swimming pool. And Mo, hi, Mo. Good to see you, Mo, with the Robin there. And Krish, hi, Krish. Good to see you too. Oh, and Krish is coming in from New Zealand. And Donna, hi, Donna. I know you're coming in from the Leeds area, Donna. Good to see you. And Missouri. Dina's coming in from Missouri. Good to see you. And Elaine's in Lincolnshire. Can't beat good old Lincolnshire, the land of the tulips. And Angelina's in Bedfordshire. I love that water, that pool you're in there. That's a great profile picture. And Sandra, you're based in South London. Good to see you guys. Don't forget to share our live. We'd love to get, well, I'm sure that I say this every week. I'm sure the gardening party would love to share our program into, or even the chess club. And our guest is very good at chess, by the way, because a little secret, I play chess online and our guest beats me every time. So I need more practice. So hopefully I can get some tips from our guest tonight. So, coming in from, I missed that, Mo, where you're coming in from. Don't worry. You're coming in from Foz in Portugal. Oh, no, can't pronounce that. Go on, Richard. Give it a go, Richard. How do you pronounce that? Where Mo's coming from tonight? Forget it. Oh, no, I'm not even going to go there. Portugal. Thanks, Mo. Hi, Ashley. Oh, first time watching. I hope you enjoy the show, Ashley. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to bring our guest in now. Tonight we have another fantastic guest. We always get the best guests on here, and tonight is no exception. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight, please welcome Jeffrey Becker, medium. Hi, Jeffrey.
Hello, Paul.
Good to see you, my friend. It's good to see. This is a little secret, guys. This is the third time lucky. Third time lucky.
Yeah,
we had a couple of technical issues, but we finally got you. It's good to see you, my friend. Now,
likewise.
It's good to see you. I know you're a busy man. I know you balance mediumship and your day job. Can you tell people what you do in the day as well? Because it might surprise a few people.
Yes. Well, I studied the law, Dutch law, and my specialty is criminal law. I've been doing that for years, since 2013. With 1 year, I've been doing. I did immigration law, and now since this week, coincidentally, I switched back from criminal law to immigration law. So yeah,
okay.
that's what I'm doing.
Yeah. Okay, so if I'm ever in trouble, you're the man to help me. That's good. But Jeffrey, all joking aside, can you just tell us a little bit about your background? Why and how did you get into mediumship?
Yes. Well, mediumship and the spirit world was always, since a child, I was very sensitive. Actually, I didn't had much knowledge about it, and my mom was very scared, still is, of the spirit world. My father also. So the only one I could turn to actually was my grandmother. She is now in spirit world, and her youngest daughter, my aunt, she also died very young, unfortunately,
Oh,
2 years ago. But yeah, so I knew about it, but wasn't, of course, as a child, really interested in it. Then, as I grew older and I went to college, I became more sensitive and like psychically picking up feelings and emotions and things of other people and not of myself, and I didn't understand it. And that's when I started to look into it and read about it, and that's when spiritualism came on my path. So yeah, but still, I was very young. I was 17, something like that. So my focus was on my law study. And only when I finished, I was 27, 10 years later, that was the moment when I thought, now I'm ready to, yeah, to start developing as a medium. And that's when I um, did here in Holland, the Academy of Mediumship from Jose Goschalk and Karel Besseling. They helped me in my development as a medium to discipline it. Like what I said, the feeling that I got, like picking up all kind of things, that's when I learned to really discipline and have a moment when I work and have a moment when I not working. Yeah, yeah.
so can you switch that off then, okay, Jeffrey, when you're at work, and when do you find that quite easy, or do you find when working with clients you can sometimes pick up on what's going on with them, or
You mean in my daily job? You mean in my
yeah, in your
regular?
day job?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd be really fascinated if you're picking up on people's energy within the workspace as well.
Well, I think it's always like because it's like I always compare it to music, to musicality. Like I'm also I love music. I can play music. I can read music. Like the musicality is always within me, but I'm not constantly singing or constantly playing. That's the same with the mediumship. It's always within me.
Yeah.
The faculties, they're all part of well, of my soul. So yes, of course, I think in the background it always has a part, but I'm not consciously tuning in when I'm working. Like let's see what they
Uh,
what they have. No, 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 no.
Mrs. MB's just asked pretty much the same question. Jeffrey, do you bring your job and your mediumship together?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, for myself, I think I do. Like, for example, yeah, one example that I can give is, for example, when I was writing a very difficult concept verdict was 2 years ago. It was in a rape case, and I was struggling a lot with a passage of that concept verdict, and I
Yeah.
one way or the other I didn't what I wanted to say. I didn't get it, couldn't find the words to get it on paper. So I took a moment for myself, just closed my eyes and just sat for inspiration. And after that, the words just came and I would just write it. So in that way, I use it for myself, but I'm not going to sit there in court and say, okay, now, now I'm going to read you and let's see if you are lying or not. No, no, no. Not
Oh,
in that
okay. That makes sense, because I guess that would be quite draining as
Yeah,
well, wouldn't it? Yeah.
indeed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I watched an interview you did with a lady from Holland who worked with Mavis as well, and she was talking about that natural ability with mediumship.
Mhm.
And do you find yours is more natural, your mediumship, or is it something you have to work hard at? I guess there's always a level within us where we have to put the work in. It's a discipline, isn't it?
Exactly. It is. Yeah, I agree. And then, like with everything, you have a natural talent, but if you want to work as a professional, I think that is like a skill, and you have to, yeah, keep on
Absolutely.
working. Yeah. So also like reading between the lines, I call it, like when I read something in my work, when I read a file, the mediumship, I guess it helps me also to, yeah, know what is not really written or what is not being said. So I can know what kind of questions to ask or know where to look for certain things. So in that sense, it naturally helps me like to go faster. I think that's how I experience it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
yeah. So, okay, so many different topics we can talk about within mediumship, guys. And I could take this off on a tangent, but I just want to remind people this is also your opportunity to ask Jeffrey anything about mediumship, anything, whether it's in your own development or you're someone sitting at home not sure how even mediumship works. We're all unique in our own way. We all work in a very different way. Um, oh, Terry's asked a question here. Where in the Netherlands are you from, Jeffrey? My family are from Eindhoven.
yeah. Hi Terry. Funny, I lived close to Eindhoven. I don't know if you know the place. It's called Weert. It's like just by train 15 minutes. That's where I grew up, where I was raised. Now I'm in Amsterdam, but that's where I originally come from. So I know Eindhoven very well. Yeah.
Ah, okay. That's nice. That's nice to know. So yeah, coming back to your mediumship, Jeffrey, what do you think is the strongest part of your mediumship? Do you have that, or is it just up that all of the senses coming together? What is it for you?
You mean like with Claire sentience? You mean like
Yeah,
that?
yeah.
Yeah. Well, for
I'm
me,
not.
actually, the Claire sentience is. I also have like because of the way I was trained, a different view on the classic division of Claire sentience, Claire audience, clairvoyance, etc. For me, yeah, it is the Claire sentience. It is all of that, and I nowadays I don't see or hear a lot anymore, but I think it is all like working together, and I'm trying to be very much aware of when I'm blending with the spirit world, of just be aware of what I'm experiencing, and sometimes a picture is triggered to help me understand that, or a sound, but I think the fundament, the base is like just sensing. So that's what's helping me also now in this this stage of my development.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah. So was you naturally disposed? Ems has put a comment on here. I get goosebumps and my hair stand on end when someone talks about someone who has passed. Does that mean I'm connecting with the spirits? Good question, Ems.
This comes on my hairstyle. Oh, man. Does it mean I can't transparent?
Yeah, she's wondering if
Well,
if she's actually connecting with the person, or whether she's connecting to the person themselves
yeah, yeah.
energetically.
You know, it is for everyone is different how they react to the power of the spirit world, and it is possible that you get physical reactions, but to really know if you are connected with the spirit, you have to verify it. Of course, you can sense that, you can sense it yourself, but also the person in front of you should be able to sense the presence of their loved one. And of course, when you start to work and you give information, you can verify it in that way.
Yeah,
So, but it also, yeah, it can be something else. It also can be the way that how you react to the spirit, or to that person, or just because of the topic, that it
yeah.
triggers something within you. It can be lots of things. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Because I do wonder when people talk about people, you can connect into that person in or an intuitive feeling what they're feeling from their experience, if that makes sense. So that could make her also an empathic in a way. That is without actually being there, it's hard to tell what's going on with you, Em. So I hope that helps. I hope that helps. But yes, Jeffrey. So in terms of going back to the clairsentience, that it's probably you're working on at the moment, was there a more natural like clairvoyance? Like for me, I had clairvoyance first, to be honest.
Mhm.
I saw clairvoyance and I sensed as well. They were my two strengths. For you, what was it? Just again, was it just everything?
Yeah, in the beginning, yeah, clairaudience was very strong in me in the beginning. Like when I was 17, 18, then I heard a lot of voices, also objectively sometimes. And that was also when I started to doubt myself, like, am I something wrong with me, or it's something else? But fortunately, my grandmother, she knew I wasn't crazy. But yeah, like I said, when I started to develop, and then actually, I learned that from Andy Bing. I'm sure you know him.
Yes.
Uh,
Yeah.
and when he explained his concept of the clairs to me, that really made a lot of sense. And then I started just to focus on the sensing, and the pictures and the sounds. They slowly disappeared over the years. So now I'm actually not seeing or hearing a lot anymore.
Yeah.
Sometimes it happens, and then sometimes it's not. It doesn't. Yeah.
S. Jane has asked a great question. I don't know if you can see that. I would like to ask, when I meditate, I only seem to get messages when I close my eyes and I see pictures. How can I further my mediumship with my eyes open? Am I just trying too hard? She asks.
Hmm. What do you think?
I think, yes, she's trying too hard. And can I hope to, I really want to say this about you, Jeffrey. So I've got to know you over a period of time of trying to connect with you and bring you into spiritual talk. We're friends on Facebook, and your energy, you always seem relaxed. There's a lot of joy around you. You love music, and I feel sometimes that we can want something so bad. And my gut feeling with you, Jeffrey, is that you're quite a natural medium.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I feel with some people they can try too hard. So, SJ, potentially you're trying too hard. Allow the process to be natural. Allow it to externalize. For me, I used to see a lot of images in my mind's eye, like what they call the internal cinema. And then after a while of just practicing and without really taking it too far, not really wanting it too much, it just seemed to externalize naturally. So at some point within you, Jane, I think that will externalize naturally. Again, it's that natural process. If that makes well,
Yeah.
that's in my opinion. And I see with you, Jeffrey, you're very much a natural medium. And I've seen you work because I remember you came on afterwards on Spiritual Talk and you gave a few messages to people, even though we couldn't get you live. I don't know if you remember that. And I
Mhm.
remember watching your mediumship and you was very natural. So I think we sometimes get a little bit too tense and we go beyond, we can go too far beyond. And
Yeah.
mediumship is closer to us. Connecting to the spirit world is closer than what we perceive it to be. We always think it's going to be a lot harder and we have to really work. Yes, we have to be dedicated, but it's not too far away. It's close. They're closer to us than what we realize.
Agree.
So
Yeah,
yeah.
I
So
agree.
so yeah, it could be that. I hope that helps.
Hmm. I just would advise you, Shane or Sean, I don't know, just to try to keep your eyes open,
Yeah.
just to get used to
Yeah.
working with your eyes open. It's also, of course, a little bit about the way some mediums talk. Like, ah, I see this, I see that. Sometimes they don't see anything, but they just use the word "see." So that's also a little bit misleading, I think. And you have to see, at least for me, how it works when I'm really when I'm raising my energy, when I'm in the power and the spirit world blends with me. At some moment, it just starts like as I'm talking from my own memory. So it's not really like I'm focusing on seeing. I'm just talking what I'm experiencing. So like, and at one point when I'm really blending, it's just my own memory and I'm just talking. So try not to focus on what you're seeing. Just try to focus on what you are experiencing. But I hope that
Yeah.
helps.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's a good one. That is a good one. And let us know how you get on. That'll be good. Good. We love helping mediums out on the channel here.
Mhm.
We really do. It's what it's all about, helping each other. And Karen Kelly has asked, do you get woken up at night by spirit? I'm often having dreams of my dad, and I wake up at 2 a.m. nearly every morning.
Yeah, lovely. Yeah.
Lovely.
And it can be it could be your dad, but also because you are used to it now that you are
Yes.
programmed to wake up at that time.
Yeah. Yeah. I also believe that spirit can reach us within our dreams because the ego is down. We are asleep, and it's easier for spirit to make contact. So I
Yeah.
do believe there is a level of that there is a level of spirit connection. But like Jeffrey says, I agree with you. There could be now a pattern formed, and once you create those patterns within your mind, it's easy. It's hard to break those patterns of waking up at a certain time of day. But is
Yeah.
there a message, Karen? I would ask, is your dad trying to say something, or is it just memories? I would always, when you wake up, make notes.
And
So
also like
see,
ask your father. That's also a good one. Like ask your father, just like you communicate with your friends, family, and in this world who are living. Just ask and make conversation, and maybe to not wake you up, but come to you in the morning or when you just wake up like that,
yeah,
and you can notice if it's your father or not.
yeah, absolutely. 10 minutes before you wake up would be lovely. A natural alarm clock would be nice, wouldn't it? But having those experiences, I have had loved ones come to me at night time, but they've not woken me up on a regular basis. So, like Jeffrey said, it could be like a pattern you've got yourself into. So, yeah, but thank you for that question. But yeah, Jeffrey, getting back to your own mediumship, what's next for you in terms of your development? What is it you're looking to do with your mediumship?
Yeah. Now lately I've been focusing on sitting for trance. I haven't done any evidential development courses lately, but of course I'm constantly trying to keep that up to date as well. But yeah, I'm really drawn to trance. I've been doing that like for the last 2 to 3 years, so it's very in the early stages, but I love it. Just had a trance set up a trance circle. I think we're now sitting 1 year, something like that. So
Yeah.
yeah, I think that, and I'm also looking to do like in the UK the accreditation, but now I'm very busy like with switching jobs, etc. So
Yeah.
I'm putting that off to next year, I think.
And that's an issue for a lot of people that are developing their mediumship or working within their mediumship. I've only recently gone full time. It
Mm,
takes a lot of time to build up into being able to work full time in mediumship. It does take time, and it takes, dedication, like we said. But for me, I always think how trying to manage the mediumship and work life balance is very difficult. Mrs. B's put, did you find it hard when your family were scared of the gift, and how did you overcome that or overcome it?
yes, it was hard because because of that, partially because of that, and also because of television, Hollywood, etc. I was very
Yeah.
scared of spirit world myself. So yeah, like I said, it wasn't until yeah, actually my adult years that and still even through my development years, like in the beginning, I remember Paul Jacobs saying to me like, I see you doing working in the later on with the trance states, even the physical. I said I was thinking, oh no way, what the hell? Because I was so scared of that. So even yeah, in that development stage, I had to overcome fears of the spirit world. So yeah, it was
Yeah.
definitely hard, and also the Christianity because I was very Catholic. I've done all the baptism, all the things I've done. I was also how do you call the little boys in church with the who
Yes.
serve the yeah. I did that for 6.5 years, so I was very Catholic. And that was I had also a part in that fear because it was things of the devil, huh? Work
Yes, of
talking with the
course.
dead, it was devil's work. So yeah,
So how have you
something.
managed to get through that, having that programming, especially being a part within the Catholic religion? How has that worked out for you? Does that?
Um, how did that work? Oh yeah, it's a process. It's like it's not overnight, huh? It's like years and years and like sitting with the spirit world and very gently sitting a lot, and also watching other mediums, talking with other mediums, yeah, like that, and then also go to a séance and then figure out for yourself with your own eyes well, what the spirit world is doing and what they say and how they interact. And over time, it slowly the fear slowly yeah went away, and now, of course, they are my best friends. But yeah, it is a process. Yeah.
But was that because I kind of want to talk about that in terms of that fear factor, but
Hmm.
I'm trying to find the right words, and I'm not Dutch, and you because your first language is Dutch, is it? Am I right in saying?
My
So
first language is Dutch. Yeah.
your English is very good, Jeffrey. It's very good. So I couldn't even begin to speak Dutch. So hats off to you. You're doing really well. And I'm trying to struggle to put this into words, talking about faith and beliefs and the programming that's created from, going to church, uh, parents that believe in God, etc., have a faith, and then suddenly there you are connecting to mediumship. I mean, that in itself, forget about Hollywood, but
Mhm.
that in itself, how did you overcome that? That term, your it's bad, it's demonic. There's a whole energy around that within itself, isn't there? Without Hollywood interfering, and
Exactly.
within you, how and does that also translate to you now having did you find more faith in what you do, more of a connection, for want of a better word, to God, to a creator in what you do now as opposed to what you did?
Yes, definitely. Because yeah, it was always like I felt very far away. God is over there, and yeah, you only can get to them if you follow certain rules and if you read the book and things like
Yeah.
that. But now God very much feels like very close and always, and very accepting and loving and not judging. So it's a totally different concept that I have now than that I had then. Um, and still, yeah, it's hard to explain exactly for how did I overcome that, but I think it is yeah, just also a knowing and once you have that experience with the spirit world and you experience the spirit world for real, it is like a reality. So that's a different thing than only listening to someone who tells you something. When you have the experience yourself, it is like a knowing. It is like, yeah, it
Yeah,
is different.
it is different, but there is subtle differences. But for me, I came into mediumship with not really having any programming. And my family are very working class, and they didn't push any kind of religion onto us. We were Church of England. We basically went to church at a funeral or wedding. You
Mm.
know, that was pretty much my upbringing. So I came into mediumship not sure what I believed in. But you really had this prefix program.
Mhm.
And you know, and you had to then break that down to then understand that process of what you was working with, that it wasn't evil, though you're very aware of it, you was around it even as a child. But
Mhm.
then suddenly you've then got to work with that. Chris has asked a great question. Do you think that it is possible for the sitter client to block messages from spirit in terms of not believing or lack of faith? Do you think their
Um,
energy can block it down?
Yeah, I will answer that in a moment, Chris, what I think about that. But your question, Paul, to make it more
Don't
complicated.
worry. Yeah. Also, I'll come back. I was going to come back to it anyway. I
Oh,
wasn't
okay,
going to let
okay,
it go.
okay. Then let's
Yeah.
go to Chris first. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Do you think it's possible for to block the messages? How spirit to not believing? Well, I always say like I serve the need of the spirit and I serve the need of the client. When it's a demonstration, I serve the spirit world, and I'm not there for serving individuals in the public. I'm there to serve the spirit world who needs the most, and then to come. When it's a private sitting and the client comes, I also, if the spirit world really needs to bring a message, then that is what I will do. If the client says I don't want to hear from them or for this one or from that one, of course the client is king, so I have to acknowledge that and I have to respect that. But I don't think that a client can really block a message. He can just say I don't believe or I don't want a contact, and then I have to work with that. But if the spirit world really wants to come through, they will come, and then I can just say I will keep it very short, or I will go to another one if they want to not hear from the dad, but they do want to hear from mom. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Agreed. And if people come for a one-to-one that don't know what they believe, as long as they've got an open mind, but I don't think people can hide things energetically. They can try to hide things, but as soon as spirits step in, they'll tell you anyway. The evidence will be there. So some people, and why do they hide things? Probably because they're nervous or they're not sure. And generally, people that seek out mediums are people that want a message anyway. It's very rare that they're coming to be difficult or awkward. So, and that's my experience. And coming back to your the question I asked you a minute ago about grappling with this whole programming you had, you was going to answer that question for me, Jeffrey.
Yeah, I was about to say like it was even more complicated because I also not only like Christianity how we know it here in Holland. I'm also because my parents are both from Caribbean, from
Ah,
Curaçao,
okay.
and I'm also very much also another passion of mine. But you don't see that a lot because I'm very much trained in the like as a new spiritualism way. But Caribbean spiritualism is also very much a part of my development and of who I am, and I love that as well. But that's also totally different. It's like a mix of Christianity and the old African spiritual traditions. So it is
Yeah.
more than only the Catholicism. So I had like for a very long time like trying to separate Christianity and spiritualism, and then Haitian voodoo, Dominican voodoo, etc. Las 21
Oh,
Divisiones.
sorry. So hang on a sec. Did I hear that word voodoo?
Yeah, yeah, it's
Oh,
beautiful
okay.
religion. Yeah.
Okay, so can you please explain a little bit more? Because there'll be a lot of people that won't understand what that is.
Yeah, yeah. People, of course, have a negative connotation with it.
Absolutely.
Again,
Yeah.
again, evil and that, but it's actually a beautiful religion. I actually not, I'm not into voodoo, but in Las 21 Divisiones and Sanse, that's slightly different. but it's very close because Haitian voodoo is like on Haiti, and next to it is the Dominican Republic, and that's where you find also on Curacao, Las 21 Divisiones, the 21 Division, Sansi, etc. It is like very much based on Christianity, but it's like syncretized. I think syncretized is the word syncretism.
Yes. Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, because in the days with slavery, they had to hide their own spiritual beliefs from Africa, and the Spanish people they want to keep their they want to convert the Africans to Christianity,
Catholics.
but the
Yeah.
Africans they
Sure.
want to keep their own religion. So they did pretended to honor Christianity, but they made like how do you say it? Um, yeah, they pretended, but in fact
Yeah.
they were
Yeah.
keeping their own traditions.
Yeah.
That's how those religions came to being. So for a very long time, I've been trying to separate that also in my mind, like, but now I see that all as one. It's the same with what we talked about in the beginning, like my very analytical side and the sensitive side. In the beginning, I was trying to separate it, but it's all part of who I am.
Yeah.
So there is a separation. So that is also what helped me to overcome the fear. Like all is one, and it's all about healing. It's all about love. It's all about helping people forward, helping people to find their true nature and harmony of who they are and their potential, etc. You find it in voodoo. You find it in if you do it the correct way, in the Sansi and spiritualism and everything. It is like the people who want to make money. It's about people who want to do scams, who gave that a bad name, and also, of course, the movies.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's the problem with man, in terms of what's gone past in history and what they've done to control and coerce, etc., etc.
Mhm.
But like you said, I certainly agree with what you said. It all roads lead to the same thing. We've got a great question here from Emma Barker. Hello, Emma. Good to see you on here. And she's asked a question, really good question, actually, similar to what we were talking about a minute ago. I don't see spirit, but I do sense and hear them. It terrifies me. Anything I can do when this happens?
The first question I want to ask is what terrifies you?
Mm,
Because if it's really spirit, usually they don't come to scare you. They're very loving and they just want to catch your attention. In my experience, if they do that, they want to catch your attention. And once you are open to that reality, then they stop doing that.
yeah,
But
yeah.
maybe you can give a little bit more why
Mm.
you are scared, or is it what is it? What is it that you hear
What?
exactly that
Yeah,
scares you? Yeah.
exactly, exactly. But I do think it can be layered, and it comes through the subconscious mind as well. So that's where it picks up on the inner fear. So we have this perception. So the perception being that, oh, if we're hearing spirit, it could be, we're picking up on, like you said, the programming, watching too much Hollywood movies, that
Mhm.
kind of thing. We've all watched The Omen and things like that. And it's done nothing. It really has done nothing in terms of help people connect to their inner ability to connect, because I personally believe that everyone can do this to a
Yeah.
more or lesser degree. And what a wonderful thing if we can still connect with our ancestors and share their wisdom through us. I think it's a beautiful thing. Um, Emma's just put, it's always a loud shout in my ear, and I don't know who they are, as it's in a care home. Yes, absolutely.
Mhm.
So it could literally, and in my experience, Emma, they could just be coming through to say thank you for the care. We're okay. We're home. So that's my take on that.
Yeah, especially when it's in an environment like that. Can you imagine? Maybe you are the only medium, or yeah, I also believe that everyone has a potential, but maybe you are the only one. Well, for the spirit world, it's very easy to come. And could you imagine if you were in the spirit world and yeah, you had a medium in that place and your family is there in that home, and she's the only one to connect
Yeah.
to? What would you do? Of course, you would try everything in your power to connect to Emma in this case, to reach out to your loved one. So just really believe that they are from a good place and they come from a place of love, and then your fear will go away, I think.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely agree. I 100% agree. Take out the fear, bring in the love, and it changes the dynamic of it straight away. You'll feel that. I also know Emma, and I know the family, and Emma has two other sisters, and they're
Mhm.
also all of them very psychic. They have a very much a natural ability. So, how wonderful that you can hear them, Emma.
Yeah.
That is such a gift. So many people would love to hear the voice of a loved one. So yeah, and most put, how can I invite spirit in more? I light candle. I also talk to them daily. Also, very lifelike dreams of departed relatives.
Beautiful, beautiful. Yeah, yeah. I think that is
Jeffrey, they've got you working tonight, mate, haven't they?
got me working.
They
Yeah,
got you
yeah, yeah.
working, haven't they? Really?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, just my opinion. Of course, yeah, you can hear some other sounds, but I think that talking to them is, yeah, the most direct way. That's what I also do. And like you see candles, I love candles, but I think that's more for myself, for the atmosphere, like also incense or music. It can help you to calm down, but the spirit don't need that. If you just talk to them, they are always around. It's just we are not aware of them all the time, but they are always everywhere around us. So um, yeah, just make sure that you are calm and that you are in a sense of peace, no distractions, and that you can experience them more. It's more like that.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. And in your opinion, I've heard different opinions on this. Loved ones specifically. I know
Mhm.
some people say they can't hear their own loved ones. How do you feel about that?
Well, uh, if they don't hear them, I myself also find it very hard to connect with my own loved ones because I'm not sure if it's my memory or not, but when you really need it, you can feel when a loved one comes close.
Yeah,
So if you're focusing on it too hard, like you said earlier, then you won't hear them and you're gonna create things in your mind. But
yeah,
at moments when you are struggling, at moments when you are sad or when you really need someone, you will feel that your loved one is there.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hope my sister doesn't mind me sharing this, but I'm going to share it anyway. So I apologize in advance to my sister. But she was in a particularly difficult situation, and my dad's been passed since 2010. And this was around 2014. She swears that she felt him hold her.
Mm.
It's beautiful. You can't ask for better than that, really, can you? Loved ones. And mother's always talking. Oh, your father's been here, Paul. So my family seem to see them all the time.
Mm.
Hi, Helen. Good to see you on here. Love the flower in your hair, by the way. I've seen spirit once fully, my nan, but now only see things out the corner of my eye and sometimes think, did I really see someone? So why do I not see fully?
Well, the reason I think is because, like I said to I think Emma, it's also for the spirit world hard, huh, to communicate. Of course, it's easier for them than for us, but it's not that they are like a power that can do everything and very easy. They also have to work. So I think that in the beginning they have to grab your attention because your mind is not really open to it. So they do their best, like to fully manifest. But once you are open to their reality, to their existence, they don't have to do this anymore. So I believe that they will much rather use that energy for something else, for healing or for something else, and only make their presence very subtle, very subtle, and then save that energy for something else because you have to realize it is all about yeah, working with power. They don't have a physical body, so they cannot just talk to you. So it's they have to work with the power that is there. And I don't know
Yeah.
where you are in your development, but if you don't have much reserve or your power built up yet, they have to work a little bit harder. So I think that's the reason. Yeah.
Yeah, agreed. And also the eye, something to do with the light spectrum, isn't it, as well? We can only see something like 13% of what is there. And it's been proven in physics. There's so much more there than what we can actually see. But I did hear a medium once quote to somebody that actually, if you see something in the corner of your eye, don't look, don't turn your head towards it, allow it to build up. So that could be a technique to try. So yeah, it just who knows, it could work. So especially if it keeps happening, you're aware of it in your peripheral vision and you know something's there and you can but then once they've got your attention, like Jeffrey was saying earlier, I do believe they tend to build up the energy and you would start to get other phenomenon around that as well.
Yeah.
So be open to that, Helen. Hopefully that they'll come closer to you. And there's also the fear factor in there. If a lot of people, oh, I don't want to see nothing. Oh, I
Mhm.
don't want to feel them around me because there's always that as well. Hi, Cindy. She's put, what was your most difficult transition?
What's your most difficult transition? I'm not sure what she means with that question.
Yeah, can you elaborate on that a little bit more, Cindy, please? I think she probably means with your mediumship and getting more into your mediumship, what's been the most challenging aspect of that? I think that's what she means.
Mhm. But you're talking about you working full time. Isn't that tiring, exhausting? Because even if I could, wouldn't do it. I don't want to work full time as a medium. I think it's very
I don't
taxing.
just do mediumship, so I do other aspects with this as well. Cindy's put yes to that question, by the way. Is
Yeah,
what
yeah.
do you find most difficult within your mediumship itself in terms of opening? But yeah,
Yeah.
I'll come back and answer your question. We'll just answer Cindy quickly.
Understand the first, yeah. Well, mediumship is very much also self-development. It is not only doing exercises, learning the mechanics, and then you are a medium or ready to work professionally. It is very much do the work on self, be very honest with yourself, and it's very confronting at some moments in your development. And that is for me, I think, very hard, especially because I started very young. Usually, I am the only male and the youngest in the whole room when I go to a development course. But yeah, I was very much developing as an adult, a young adult, and then also the mediumship can be very difficult sometimes, also very lonely, because even though you have people around you, they don't not understand. So that is for me sometimes very difficult. I felt sometimes very lonely, and sometimes things came up when I said very, yeah, I had to confront myself with certain things, and that is much harder than learning how to do something or how to connect with spirit, because it
Yeah.
is very natural. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And just to quickly answer your question, because this isn't my interview, it's yours, mate. So,
Mhm.
I was just going to say, yeah, that it is about managing your energy. So I wouldn't want to do 5 days a week, 5 readings a day. I just couldn't do it.
Mm.
I just couldn't do it. It's just not something I can do. I do tend to do hour-long readings. So, I'd say about 3 a day is enough.
Yeah.
3 a day is enough. And Cindy's put, was it startling or did you welcome it in straight away?
Um, well, as a child, it was, but once I was maybe let me explain how it went when I was 17. That was the moment when I really um knew that I was a medium, and also accepted it, because as a child, of course, yeah, you see things, you hear things, and then you go on, and then so I knew the spirit world existed, but I never thought I am a medium or anything like that. And then when I was 17, I was so tired with my study or my college, so I just took a moment for myself and I wanted to rest. And then my godmother, who passed away when I was 9, she suddenly appeared to me out of nothing. And I was so blown away by that experience, but at the same time, it wasn't scary or anything, because it was a true knowing that this is possible, that this is real, and that I can communicate with the dead. So it was very beautiful and startling at the same time. And after that, I welcomed it with open arms. Yeah. And no matter what happened afterwards, because it wasn't always a journey with only laughter, because like I said, but still, even in the hard times, I welcomed it very much.
So when you saw your grandmother,
Hmm.
was she full-bodied?
My godmother. No,
Sorry,
no, no.
godmother.
Yeah,
Was
yeah. No,
was
no,
she
she wasn't full. No.
what did you actually see of her when she came through?
Well, it's very hard to explain, but it's like everything at the same time, and it was like communicating without words. So um yeah, hard to put on into words, but
Yeah,
it was everything at the same time, and she was just there, and I felt an immense sense of love and of caring, and like you said, holding, if you like you're being held. So it was very beautiful, and um, yeah, indescribable. It was just the moment for me that I really, with all the background, of course, I believed in God, etc. But that's when whole my concept changed of also how I see
yeah,
spirit, how I see
yeah,
God, how I see everything. Yeah.
yeah. Oh, Fiona's put here, how do you ask spirit if you're not a medium to show themselves? That's a very difficult thing to happen, Fiona. Very difficult. So I sometimes are quite lucky I get to see them, but that's my third eye. So it's not what I call my 3D eyes, if you like, my everyday vision. I see them in my mind's eye and it projects out. How is it for you, Jeffrey, with that?
Yeah, also usually in my mind's eye, like I very objectively, like I see you now,
Yeah,
or it's very rare to have that.
yeah,
That was what I had as a child, huh?
yeah,
To see the spirit world objectively or hear them, then people think I was crazy, but that doesn't happen anymore. Also because they don't have to. I
yeah,
think that's also the reason. Yeah, how to show themselves. There are very there are many ways, like how spiritualism, that's what I think about, came to be. Like with the knockings, you can ask for that, like other ways, or with table tipping, things like that. I myself am not a fan of that, but I know that
yeah,
things like that are ways, or a Ouija board. There are different ways to work with the spirit and to experiment. I should just say, go and experiment, have fun with it. Of course,
yeah,
with respect,
yeah.
with respect and with reverence. But
Always. Yeah, always with respect. I mean, the Ouija boards used to be done. There was in the UK, in the United Kingdom, there was there was, I want to say up north, it was really quite popular in the northern part of the UK. There was a lot of people would use Ouija boards for communication going back to a certain time. So they're not necessarily a bad thing, but unfortunately, people get hold of the Ouija board and they want to ask silly questions, and it gets
Mhm,
out of control. And that's when you can invite things in that are not so great or have not so great experiences.
mhm,
So, but I still want to come back to, how do you ask spirit if you're not a medium to show themselves? Again, the synchronicity is good. If you're looking for a message as well, ask a certain message over and over, then just sit back and wait for the um well, any kind of synchronicity for your answers. So yeah, that's a kind of difficult one to answer without. I'd like a bit more information on that, Fiona. A little to explain a little bit more what you mean on that one. But some people, you don't have to be a medium. Some people just see spirit anyway. My sister's seen quite a few. She also has the gift, and she's had quite a few experiences over the years. She saw a Roman soldier
mhm.
last year. So, that's quite unusual in itself. Hi, Donna. She's put, hi, Jeffrey. Do you have a daily routine to keep your energy high, like sitting in the power, meditation, etc.? Do you have a daily routine?
Yes, I have a lovely picture, by the way,
It
Donna.
is. That is very
Yeah, yeah.
lovely. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I don't sit every day. Sometimes I'm just too tired, or I do something else. But I sit like I think 4 or 5 times a week, and it is different. Like for example, when I go to work, or when I have a demonstration, I will sit specifically to build up my power, because I know I'm going to be working, and then I will ask Spirit World to also draw from that power reserve that I've built up, or when I need to do a healing. It depends. And when I at my trance circle, we have other type of sitting, and when I'm here alone myself, it depends also what I need. So it's either building up the power, or maybe just for myself, just without the spirit world, just in my own power. Sometimes I need that. So
Yeah.
it varies. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
meditation is something slightly different. That's more like to be aware of self, to calm the mind. That's not like sitting in the power. There's no spirit world when you do meditation. And sitting in the power is like how do you call it? Yeah, it's like another slightly
Yeah,
level.
it's understanding self, isn't it? You're becoming sitting in your own power, but you're expanding your awareness. With
Mhm,
meditation, it's very passive. You just go past spirit. It's a very passive exercise. It is there, there's various sorts of meditations that can help you, but I wouldn't recommend meditating before you work if you're practicing mediumship. I would recommend sitting in the power before you work. So it's slightly two different aspects to it, but
mhm.
certainly worth
Okay.
doing the risk. But meditation is good for getting to know yourself, understanding yourself. What are
Yeah.
your thoughts? What are not your thoughts? Understanding yourself. It helps you to understand your mind. So, great
Okay.
question, Donna.
Good
We're
question.
gonna
Yeah.
we're gonna break for we're gonna have a quick commercial break, guys. Don't go anywhere. I haven't heard Richard, so hopefully he's still with us. Um, can you hear me, mate? He's still there. Oh, great. So we're gonna have a commercial break, and then we're gonna come back with a couple more questions for Jeffrey, and hopefully we can do some messages as well. And we will also, just to remind you guys, Clara is on tomorrow from 8 o'clock. Okay. So we'll be back here in 2 minutes. Don't go anywhere. Go and put the kettle on and then come back and see us.
Introducing the SPTV app, your digital spiritual guide, for an enlightening journey like no other. Immerse yourself in a world of audio and visual content crafted to inspire, educate, and entertain. Seek guidance with our card of the day, choosing up to 6 cards for personal insights. Enhance your daily life with our wellness section, featuring nutritious recipes, affirmations, and balanced living tips. Explore our spiritualism section for a deep understanding of the religion, its principles, and spiritual answers. Unravel the secrets of the clairs and broaden your spiritual horizon. Easily find local readers, therapists, centers, or churches with our comprehensive directory. Stay connected with live broadcasts, check our schedule, and get to know our insightful presenters. Delve into the meanings of angel numbers, crystals, and a comprehensive list of divination meanings. All of this and more, available for free on the SPTV app. Download now at sptv.uk/app and start your journey with your digital spiritual guide.
Tomorrow night from 8 p.m, join Clara for a night filled with mediumship teachings and readings, featuring special guests.
Hi guys, welcome back to here on SBTV with myself and our guest, Jeffrey Becker. Jeffrey Becker, I'm going to say international medium. I hope you don't mind me calling you that, Jeffrey. International medium. It makes you smile, but you are. You've worked on many different levels. And I also want to mention you do Soul Journey online service.
Yeah.
And can you explain a little bit about that?
Yeah. That is actually looks a little bit like my service. And I love to invite guest mediums. Sometimes I work myself, but usually I have a guest medium. And I also like to have different people, so not every month the same, or actually now it's every 3 months. I used to do every month, but now it's every 3 months. And yeah, it's very nice because we have different mediums. People can see different mediums work and can get messages. It's like usually a spiritual address, and then followed by a demonstration of evidential mediumship. There are a few mediums that I also invite to demonstrate trans mediumship, mostly Ricky Iverton. She's one of my
I know Ricky.
my favorite mediums, and one of my friends. And she sometimes does trans demonstration. I also have one coming up in June with Andrew Codling.
Yes.
But I will post that later on. The next one is 13th of April. So with you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
With you, yeah. With you and with Stefan and with Angela. Yeah.
Looking forward to it, mate. Looking forward to it. But it is a service, and it's a free service.
It's free service.
It's a free service, and we give up our time to dedicate to spirit, and that's important that you've created that.
Yeah,
I love that you've created that free service, and it's a good service.
Exactly. So, I only ask, but it's not mandatory. Donations for an NGO here in Holland, but it's free to enter for everyone who wants. Can get the Zoom. It's just open.
How can we find it? Just for those that are going, oh, I won't mind watching that.
You can find it on Facebook or on my website. It's mediumjeffrey.com. And you can see it in the agenda, and also the Zoom link is also on there. Yeah.
Brilliant. Now we are going to do some messages tonight, guys. I'm super excited of working with Jeffrey. I really am. Jeffrey's got a great energy, and you'll see that in his messages tonight. No pressure, Jeffrey. No pressure, mate. But yeah, Jeffrey. Just want to say, Jeffrey's also been at work all day. And he's commuted to and from work, and he's going to work tonight. And it's quite late because you're an hour ahead of us in Holland. So we really appreciate your time and effort tonight. Also, guys, if you'd like to come into the Zoom room, if you believe the messages that we're bringing through are for you, give us a shout. Come on in on the link. Come and say hello to us, and we'll connect to spirit and see where we go. And let's I want to say have fun, because it is fun. There is a level of enjoyment and satisfaction connecting to the spirit world, to bringing through those lovely messages. So it'd be lovely if you guys could join us. So before we start to do that, though, Jeffrey, I love this question. Within mediumship, what should we be talking about that we're not talking about right now? Where do you think mediumship is going? Is there something we should be talking about and we're not, for you, in
That's a
your own
good
personal
question.
experience?
Good question. Good question.
I should have warned you with this one, really.
Yeah, yeah. So I can
Should have
prepare.
sent it in
Prepare.
advance. Yeah.
Well, what we should talk about. When I feel about the question, when I think that, um, I think it's more about how we, not so much about the spirit world, but more about how we interact with each other here on this planet, and that we all people who are in this expression or in this network, we want that all want to talk with the spirit and connect with the spirit and do all beautiful kinds of healing work, etc. But when we look at how we deal with ourselves and how much friction there is between us and about people here in the physical world, then I think there's so much to learn about that and how we interact with each other before working with the spirit. So I think that is something that we need to talk about more. Yeah, I think
So,
that.
so potentially also our inner self, working with our inner self in terms of who we are,
Yeah.
and because I see a lot of people that come into mediumship don't tend to work on themselves as well as their mediumship. They'll work with the mechanics of mediumship, but they don't seem to work on themselves. So I struggle with that a little bit because
Mhm.
it is about raising your awareness, but within you, I know there's a natural change when you start to work with mediumship anyway. You'll notice certain subtle things around you changing in terms of who you are and your energy, but are we aware of that change? I know certain mediums like Gordon Higginson, he used to invite certain, there was a guru, I can't think of his name now, to the college at the same time. So people worked on their more spiritual aspect of themselves as much as their own, the mechanic of mediumship as well.
Mhm.
So it's an interesting concept that we don't tend to nurture ourselves as well. We tend to want to reach up to spirit world straight away without working on
Definitely.
ourselves.
Yeah, yeah, and also for me, yeah, everyone of course has their own beliefs and their own way of thinking, but also for me, I very much believe the power and power of God, and that's very much important, and that's also lacking nowadays in mediumship. I feel,
Yeah, absolutely.
and the
Absolutely.
sacredness of mediumship. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's an interest, that's a great quote actually. That there is an essence, there is this sense, and this is the problem when we're all trying to develop and everyone's trying to work with mediumship. It becomes like we're working out from a textbook. There is an element, and I don't want to use the word magic, but there is this higher magic. There is this unbelievable essence of connecting with the spirit world that we can sometimes not undermine but undervalue that connection with the spirit world and what we're bringing through, and what it also takes from their side to connect with us, the effort and the energy that goes in, and that transition as well. I'm stumped for words, Jeffrey, but it's like a magic, but it is also sacred,
Mhm. Yeah.
holy as well, I guess. Is that the right word? That spiritual essence of the divine, that aspect that we're all trying to reach, there is that there, but we are guilty sometimes of watering that down a bit, aren't we, to
Yeah.
make it fit into a context, into a little book. But you can't learn that from a book, I don't believe.
Yeah, and it's also because and of course I'm also guilty of that because we want to be good, we don't want to do it good, and then
Yeah.
we make it so technical and also a little bit commercial sometimes, because we want to
Yes.
sell our courses and
Yeah,
our events,
absolutely,
and we have to be
absolutely.
very mindful and aware of that. I feel, because in the end it is, yeah, something very sacred. Just imagine if you are in the spirit world and your child is here, or whoever, and you want to connect, and there's a medium who wants to only make it about themselves, or only wants about the money. It's very terrible. So that's also something we have to be aware of. Yeah.
Absolutely, absolutely. But then I always feel if you do your research, if you're someone looking for a medium to bring through a message from a loved one, do your research on that person.
Mm.
What are their values? What do they do? Do they actually demonstrate as well?
Yeah.
What is their presence? Are they, it's difficult, isn't it? You get, you know, then there's another level of really successful. There's a few UK mediums that are so successful. There's
Mm-hmm.
one that calls them Britain's favorite psychic.
Mm-hmm.
And there's nothing wrong with that, because yes, you can make it sound like it's ego, but there's still a level where they're able to bring the two worlds together, to even if it opens people's minds, even if they don't get a message, their
Mm-hmm.
minds are open by watching that interaction with the medium and the spirit
Yeah.
world, even if they are calling themselves this, that, and the other. There's still a level for it, even though I don't always agree with it.
Mm-hmm.
There is still a need for it, because it brings people in that are closed off or don't have any hope. And grief is a whole nother thing. We haven't even touched on grief tonight. And that's something that really inspires me to help people with their grief, because as mediums we can bring evidential mediumship through, but then also, but then the message, you've got to get the message as well. And a lot of the messages I get from the spirit for their loved ones is about connectedness, about them being still there, and about helping people, that they're not very far away. But we don't tend to go down that line. We tend to kind of forget that, what it's all about. It's
Yeah.
difficult. We could be here all night discussing this, mate. S. Jane has put, everyone's mediumship is personal and everyone's on a different level. Absolutely agree. Absolutely. Horses for courses. That's what I say. We're
Mm-hmm.
going to work now, guys. So let us know you're there. Let us know if you'd like a message. I agree. It is undervalued. Yeah. Thank you, Julie. Because I think there is a danger of it being undervalued.
Mm-hmm.
There is a danger of this, but there's also, yeah, there's such a, it's difficult to put that into words, what it is I'm trying to express in terms of the divine connection with the spirit world. When you
Yeah.
really feel their presence, we don't always, and this is where language is limiting, I think. It
Yeah.
really
We
is.
limit the spirit world.
Yeah,
Yeah.
through language. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. I think it's very much something you have to experience for yourself.
Yeah.
So, mediums also grieve and need contact from their love. Oh, absolutely. I got
Mm-hmm.
upset today talking about my dad. He's been gone 14 years, and he's still, grief is grief as well.
Yeah.
Managing grief. I totally agree. So we are going to work, guys. We're going to give messages. We're going to see who we connect to.
Yeah.
Do you want to just go fire from the hip and see what happens, Jeffrey? How do you feel you want to do this? Or
Um. Yeah. Let's see. Maybe we can just ask who wants a message because I cannot
good.
now cannot see
Yeah.
anyone.
Yeah, all we can see is Julie House. Anything for me, please? So yeah, great. We're just gonna keep going through. Would it be great for something? Susanna, MJ, Michelle. Yeah, don't tell us who's passed away. Okay, don't tell us, because we're here to tell you.
Yeah.
Okay. Please, would love a message. No problem. Okay, let's see what comes in. Ashley as well. There's no timeline. It's
Yeah.
all, yeah, grief doesn't. I agree. Absolutely agree. People have this, yeah, this expectation after 3 or 4 years it's going to go away. It never goes away. We
It
just
never
learn to
goes
live with it.
away.
We just
Yeah.
learn to live with it.
Is it
Nikki,
is it okay for you if we do a little prayer first before we begin?
yeah, if you want to
And
do that.
yeah.
Yeah. Do you want to do that?
Yes. Great. Dear Divine Spirit, Father God, we thank you for this opportunity. We thank you for this meeting, being together. And as we move our awareness to the spirit world and we reach out, we ask you to help us to be that pure channel of love, to be their voice for those who need it the most at this moment, to share their love, their presence, their memories, their messages, and to know for us to reassure everyone here in this space together that life is eternal and that love can never die. Amen.
Oh man, beautiful. Thank you for that. That was really powerful. And if you're joining in at home, thank you for that as well. Okay, let's see who we connect to.
You go first?
Yeah, can do. Or we can do a double link. I don't mind. I've got mum coming in from the spirit world for me. And I know dad's in spirit with her too, because she talks about dad being in the spirit world with her. And okay. I know with mum, she was poorly for some time. Michelle's put beautiful prayer. Okay, Richard, can you just let me know the comments, because I'm connecting with this lovely lady first, and then I've got mum and dad in the spirit world. I know dad's not been long over as well, because mum's talking about dad being received into the spirit world recently. Okay, also I know with dad, thank you. I hear him quite gruff as well with the throat. He's got issues with the throat. Mum passed. Do you understand dad in spirit as well, S. Jane? Can I just call you Jane rather than S. Jane? Is that okay? Do you understand dad in spirit as well? I feel dad hasn't long been passed too. I know mum was on the road to recovery, then she took a sudden turn for the worse, because I'm being told that as well. Mum and dad in the spirit world. Okay, thank you, Nikki. But I know there was a spring passing, because I'm being made aware of that. I'm also know there was I want to give the birthday of February the 17th as well, as they come close to me. And both delightful. Okay. They're both together again. I know they were very much in love. I know both mum and dad's rings are still here. They're talking about the wedding ring still here, but also they're together again. I keep hearing they're together again as well. Also, who? Yeah, mum's still here, but I can take what you've said regarding mum. Not sure, no, because I see I've got two people with me.
We have Nikki in the
Nikki,
room.
all right. Thank you, Nikki. Okay, I've got both mum and dad. Nikki, you're welcome to come in on the link as well. I know there was a March passing, because they're telling me about the March passing. They keep giving me the 17th as well. The 17th. There was a March.
I'm just very much aware here of physical of the physicality, and I'm very much aware here of the heart, but also of the shoulder joint. So I know were problems here with one of the two. Nikki, are you on Zoom also? Can I hear you, or only on?
Yeah, I don't know if she's coming in, mate. No,
Oh,
she's not here yet. So we're just going to keep building this up. Nikki,
Yeah.
I know we've got a delay with the messages that are coming through, but if you understand the information coming through, let us know, please, because it really helps for us to build the connection. I also know mum and dad.
Yeah.
I was going to say something. Mum, match. March. Yes. Facebook.
Right.
Okay, she's on
Okay.
Facebook, I think she means. Mum March. Okay. Also, because I keep hearing mum and dad are very much bantering each other. I can feel that energy with them, that there was backwards and forwards with each other. Okay. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, it's funny. I haven't worked in this way before, like with the delay. But let's see where it goes. I
Yeah.
feel very much with father. I'm with father here with the physicality that I just experienced, and I also know in his personality, as I feel him, as a very person who is very much like knowing what he wants to do, and also very strict. Like if you say you're going to do this, you have to going to do this, and that's something else. And very much a man of making when you make your appointment, you have to keep on of your word. You know, it's very important to him to keep your word. That's very much what I feel with him, and I also feel with him like working hard, like working very hard. So there was a man who didn't like to waste time. Do you recognize all of this with father? So also the physical problem with the heart, and also
she's making me laugh because I can hear the banter and the bickering between them. And she said, concerned, dad is very, very strict. She's also put, well done.
yeah.
So I can hear the banter between them, but they've come in together for you. They've come in together for you at this moment in time. Also, they keep trying to give me the Colin that connects as well. Colin, they keep giving me the name. Yes, said jump. You jumped. Yes, I do recognize. Also, which is another thing which is rather random. Dad's also shown me a pair of shoes that he always kept polished. They were Sunday's best shoes. They look like leather brown brogues, but they look immaculate. That he kept his shoes polished all the time, kept them very clean, looked after his polish. Sorry, looked after his shoes. I don't know why I'm picking that up.
Mm.
But do you understand with Mum? She was recovering, but then she took a turn for the worse because she talks about this as well. It's so difficult not hearing someone's voice. It's lovely to get
It's
people's voice
very
on.
exactly.
Yeah, I want to bring their love through for you, Nikki. If you can jump in on the stream, that would be lovely. Or else we're going to leave their love with you and we'll work
Mhm.
with someone else if that's okay.
Yeah,
we
last
want
thing
to
just to
try and-
verify, just to make sure, last thing that he's giving me, like he's giving me a memory of working with wood, but also a memory of being in the forest. So it could be that he was working in the forest with wood, or just working with wood, and that the memory of the forest is a different memory. But that's what he's bringing me now. So if you can acknowledge, if you can verify that the memory that he was working with that, because I'm very much.
Well, he was ex-army apparently as well. So he was ex-army. So potentially he's in the woods in camouflage. So
Camouflage,
yeah. Yes, and he showed me how to polish my shoes, and shoes were always polished well. For some reason, he kept showing me his really shiny shoes and how he looked after his things. And that's a shame because if you'd have been in there, we'd have been able to go get a deep dive and bring them
Exactly,
through a
yeah,
bit better. Can we leave Mum and Dad's love with you, Nikki? Is that okay? Because we'd like to get to more people if we can. There's so much love coming in on this link. Really, a lot. Okay. For some reason, he kept giving me Colin, Dad, as well. Give me the name Colin that connects to him. I got there maybe 5 minutes late. Oh, don't worry. Okay, we're going to now try and connect with someone else. Let us know if you'd like a message, guys. Let us know you're on. Love to see you there, and we'll connect with you. Okay. Yes, please. Anything from me. Okay. Okay. Right. Okay. I've got a strong one here. Would love a message. Okay. I don't know where I'm going here. I've just heard this voice. I've got David in the spirit world. I've been given the name David, and he's in spirit. I'd love a special message. Okay. Yes, please. But oh, hello, Rhonda. Good to see you, Rhonda. I've got David with me in the spirit world. I know his dad. And as he comes in, very strong man, very I know he was married, he'd been married. Also, I don't know what that is. I'm very aware of someone here that keeps sneezing, has allergies, that's suffering with allergies at the moment. I know it's the time of year, spring, etc. But it makes me very aware of somebody here that's suffering with allergies. Okay, but the name David connects to him because he's coming in. Give me the name David. David is a cousin of my dad. Okay. I want to say yes to that, but it doesn't feel right, Rhonda. Right. Okay. There's somebody here that's suffering with allergies that keeps sneezing. Okay, there's somebody that wants to sneeze and keeps sneezing. There's an allergy problem. I know this is Dad, and I know his name is David because he's giving it to me straight on the head, because he came in and said, "I'm David, I'm Dad." Okay. I also believe there was at least 3 boys as well with Dad. Okay, there's 3 of you. Sorry, Richard. I've got a message for Richard. I'm sorry, guys. I know with Dad. Do you understand? Oh, okay. And I know already because I gave you a message. Your brother's already in the spirit world, because I'm very much aware that one is in spirit. Okay. Also, there was another separation with one of the brothers, though, before not passing, but there's a separation with one of the brothers and Dad. Do you understand this? Okay, he's talking about separation. He wants to say how much he loves you. I know it comes hard for him to say that. I know he didn't express his feelings. But I also know he was a kind man. But he wasn't the type of man to say, "I love you, son." Okay.
Yeah.
Also, there is an Irish connection with this gentleman as well. I also, but he's telling me I am Dad and I am David. You are going to listen to me, but Dad was very much down the line, straight. You know, he didn't mince his words. Do you
No, he
understand that,
wouldn't.
Richard?
Yes, I would. Yes.
And do you understand the Irish connection he keeps trying to give me and the luck of the Irish?
Not the Irish, Scottish. I know it's from Fiji, but where he lived was on the borders of Ireland and Scotland, so that would make
Ireland
sense
and-
with that. But I'm still working
okay.
on my ancestry, so it could be there. And I
Oh,
haven't found it yet. so-
Okay, okay. He's also trying to give me the name Michael.
Yes,
Connect
that's
to
my
him.
brother.
That's your brother. Okay, thank you. He just wants to come in and say how proud he is of you and you're to keep going. Can I finish this afterwards? So
Yeah,
we
certainly.
can come back and do it to the public. Sorry, guys, for those that are watching. Richard's got a message.
In other words,
Oh.
I'm being bollocked.
Yeah. No, you're not actually. There's a really nice message coming for you because I can feel it, and that'll be after the show.
Okay,
And
thank you.
everyone's going shucks. Okay, sorry guys. But this gentleman just came in, Jeffrey, and went, "I'm Dad, I'm David,
I'm
and you're
David."
listen to me." I love it when they do that because it's just
He's a very strong
straight on.
character.
Very strong man, very
Yeah.
strong man indeed, and didn't mince his words. Very straight down.
Strong-willed.
Yeah, strong-willed. Yeah, he meant what he said. Absolutely. Okay, we're gonna move forward now.
Okay.
We move forward. Can I just ask anyone who is watching? I have like mom here in the spirit world, or a lady who feels like mom, and there is a memory that she's showing me of falling in the water, and now it could be of herself, or memory of you falling in the water, and also very funny, like holding a little bit of a grudge because of that incident, but not in a real bad heavy way, but the feeling that it has been thrown into the face a lot afterwards. That's the first memory that she's bringing towards here. So if there's anyone who can take this memory of falling in the water, then just let me know. Also with mom or someone who feels like a mom to me.
If I've got the right person that I'm connecting to, I know Mum was quite a small lady, and I also know she was a grandmother when she went into spirit. Are you feeling the same thing, Jeffrey? Before I go off on a tangent.
I'm feeling mom, so I don't know if she's also a grandmother. Could be.
Okay, well, I felt that she was a grandmother as well. I also know the name Emma connected to her as well. The name Emma connected to her because she's given me the name Emma, and also an Elizabeth or Liza as well that connects to her as she comes in. Also, thank you. If this is the same mum, I'm sorry, Jeffrey. I know she was rushed to hospital. I know she was rushed to hospital. I'm seeing her in the ambulance. Do you feel the same?
I know, don't feel it in the ambulance, but I do feel within the head there were issues in the head.
Yeah.
So I know there is sister-in-law. Okay, is your sister-in-law also a mother? Because mom is pretty strong here.
Yeah. Yes, mum was small and a grandmother. So yeah,
And
we've got.
yeah.
This is the
And
one.
mom.
So is that Sarah Jane or is it just S Jane? I'd love to know. I would say I'm going to say Sarah Jane. Okay, Sarah Jane. Hopefully, I'm not wrong. Yes, my mum was. She was rushed to hospital. Okay. Also, right. Thank you.
It's very hard to not can verify every statement that we say
Yes.
in this sense. But
Yeah. You
So
have to be really centered.
I'm not sure with who we are then. Yeah.
Okay, I do know with mum. Okay, I know there's some frustrations around mum's passing. I don't want to be controversial, but I do feel there's an essence that there could have been more help for mum because she makes me aware of that. There's some frustration with family here rather than her. Okay. Also, you'd understand mum to be very matter of fact and no nonsense as well. Do you understand this, Sarah Jane? Hopefully you're still there. Oh, Selena. Oh, that's posh, Selena. That's nice, very posh. But do you understand this with mum and what she's getting in terms of her care? There was issues around her care. There's something, and she's talking about it being too late as well, being done too late.
Definitely.
She wants you. Yes, I understand, Defo. Great, because she wants that to go. She doesn't want people to hang on to that anymore. She wants that to be released. She wants people to move forward. I know there's right. Hold on. I believe it's an anniversary of passing coming soon with her as well, around her or around family. There's another, it's not her, there's another anniversary of a passing. Okay. Also, the name Ian, she's given me two that connects to family. The name Ian, yes, defo issues, not enough care for end of life care. Yeah. Sorry to say this, but she does want you to let that go. That's not what she wants you to remember.
Yeah.
Okay.
Exactly, this feeling I also get like holding, not holding on a grudge or anything. So that's also the first emotion that she gave me in the beginning. So I linked it to the memory that she gave me to identify herself, but that's a feeling that she really much wants to bring across, like do not hold any grudges against for that.
Yeah. Also, she keeps giving me memories as well. Do you understand who's suffering with the nosebleeds that's here at the moment? I can't take Ian. She's talking about the nosebleeds as well. Someone who's suffering with nosebleeds. Yes, I'm letting go of these
Yeah,
things. Great stuff.
beautiful. I'm
Great
also
stuff.
feeling that, Paul. I'm also feeling like very much here in
Yeah.
the head, very much
Yeah. There's
in the nose
pressure of
area.
sinus. There's sinus issues going on. I know we had that a little bit with Richard. Someone was sneezing a lot. Now we've got it with sinuses. There must be a theme tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Awesome. I'll just wait again. So if you can see the links, we'd love you to come in. My daughter, who is 3 years old, that
Yeah.
relates to her. Okay. Because again, I think it's something very temporary, but I'm being made aware of it. She's trying to, I know this is a strange thing to say, but she takes her role as a grandmother very seriously indeed. And I know there's a lot of care for her children, her grandchildren coming through from her. I also get the name John that connects to her as well. Very close to her, though, the John. She's given me the name John. Yeah, it's that moment where we have to hold our breath. We should, hopefully, if not, we might have to move on, leave Mum's love and move on to one. We'll do one more, shall we, Jeffrey?
No,
We'll do one more. Oh, she's had 4 nosebleeds. I'm sorry to hear that. I'm sorry to hear that.
Just to establish that she's there, of course, to verify that we are with her.
John is dad. Okay.
Beautiful. Yeah.
Lovely. Okay, thank you. Can we just leave all the love in the world with her? And I know, but she does talk of the, she's now making me aware, she is talking about the NHS very highly. Okay, she's really talking about the NHS really highly, especially around the COVID for some reason. There's some connection with that too. Okay, I'm going to leave her love with you. Shall we do one more?
Yes, let's do one more.
Let's do one more. Okay, I'll let you go first, mate. What are you picking up?
On mic for a little bit. It's very nice to do
Pleasure.
something different.
Pleasure.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
See who's next. Okay, there's someone here showing me memories of animals, and it's very much like deer and animals like that. So that's the first memory that I've been given here by this lady in the spirit world. So a memory, I know she loved to watch those animals, also take children to those places where they have those animals. That's the first impression, the first memory that she's giving me here. She's very much reminds me of aunt, the feeling, aunt, and an older lady. I feel that this is an older lady, and that's the memory that she's giving me.
That's really strange. Yeah. That's really strange because I heard Uncle Jack. You've picked up the auntie, and I've picked up an Uncle Jack.
You picked up the uncle, yeah.
That's awesome. There's a connection to Uncle Jack as well. So
I know this lady also was very much near to a grocery store, or she maybe owned one herself, because that's a very distinctive memory that she's giving me. Also, the grocery store next to her home. So that's also a memory that she's giving me here. Is there anyone here who has an aunt in the spirit world, or a lady in the spirit world who took you to the animal places, who also owned a grocery store or lived next to it? Because I know the grocery store is next to the home of this lady, an older lady in the spirit world.
Yeah, I'm also aware that this is very much in the UK. I don't know how you feel about that. I feel very much connected to the UK with this, Jeffrey.
Could be.
I
Yeah.
feel very much that these people are connected to the country, live in the countryside rather than in a town or a city. They're very much connected to the countryside. Also, oh, okay. I also feel there's a family connection to Devon too with this. They're making me aware of Devon, but I know because my beloved late grandmother had grocery fruit store.
Yes,
Seen.
and it's also next to the home, or very close to the home. That's what she's showing me, and in their own
In their
house.
own
Yeah.
Ah, lovely.
So, and that's what really like a passion of hers. That's what I'm sensing with her. Love for nature, animals.
Oh, here close by, and love that.
Okay.
Okay, yes, on the countryside. Do you understand Devon connecting to that, Martin? Sorry if I'm going off on a tangent, but I felt connecting into the UK. I'm assuming you're in the UK, Martin. You might be in South Africa, Jeffrey. Hopefully she can verify that. My auntie run a shop and the brother lives in Plymouth.
Is that near Devon?
Oh, that is, yeah. Devon. I think it's on the edge of Devon, Richard, isn't it? Or just into Cornwall.
She's also showing me with that shop, like she wanted to do everything. So also the numbers, instead of giving that to someone else, what like people usually do to an accountant or something like that, she wanted to do everything. That's what she is a lady of finding it hard to give other people responsibility of what was hers. So that's what she's giving me here and now, and I know that she wants to bring across to you as well. Yeah, to keep on your own things, keep your own, know what is yours and what you can give away. So yes, accept help, but keep what is yours very close to you. That's what she wants to bring across.
Beautiful. Lovely. Do you understand that, Jade?
Cornwall.
I'm not sure if it's Jade or the other lady. I missed the name of the other lady.
Me too.
Yeah. Also, I'm picking up a really strong naval connection with this as well, this connection. This
Martin,
resonates
yeah.
a lot, have warmth. I know it is my ancestry. Belgian greetings. So I didn't pick up that. I picked up I'm sorry, Martine. We do get, yes, that she was very responsible and firm. So but
Yeah.
greetings for Belgium. But I didn't feel I was in Belgium. I thought I was in the UK.
Mhm.
So I'm not sure if I'm with Jade and you're with Martine.
I think I'm
That's a
Martin, yeah.
possibility. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. I know there's a naval connection to this as well. Oh, was she? Oh, sorry, I didn't read that properly then. Sorry, Martin. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Fair enough. Fair enough.
And are you also Martin?
Oh, she is in Belgium. Okay. She is in
You're
Belgium.
counting down to something coming up for yourself. You're counting down. There's something also of opening a shop or something in that area, or opening in something new business wise, doing something business wise. That's also what she is telling me. So she's aware of that.
Yeah. I think I'm with Jade because I knew there was a connection into the family. I'm also seeing a white building on the hill, HMS Raleigh. Okay, that's in Essex, I believe. But okay, HMS Raleigh is a training. If I believe I'm right, it's a training station for the Navy, or it used to be. But I know there's a brother that connects. There's a Plymouth connection here. I'm also seeing a White House on a hill as well. They're giving me what HMS Raleigh is it? Oh, I didn't know that. Oh, it is a training establishment, but it's in Cornwall, not Essex. I don't know why. I thought it was in Essex. Okay, well, I'm very much connecting to Cornwall, Devon, Cornwall with this, and I keep seeing a White House as well, living in a White House. I know there's 2 or 3 members of the family in the spirit world, but I keep picking up very much an uncle in spirit, and also this aunt, but also, okay, okay, and there's a difficult situation around a gentleman who had a heart attack as well. They're talking about, and this is past tense, not. We don't do future predictions. That's not what we do. Okay, that's not what spirit do. I know this is past tense as well.
Yeah.
Okay. Jade, we are running out of time. And guys, don't forget, you're always welcome to come on to our lives, whether it's a question you want to ask our guests or come in and receive the message. We'd love to see your face and hear your voice. I know it's the time of night where you might be in your PJs, but we don't mind. Even if you had your camera off and we can hear your voice, we really don't mind. That would be great. Okay. So, but for now, guys, we've literally, Jeffrey, we've been going for an hour and a half. We have run out of time, guys. So I just want to thank Jeffrey ever so much for coming on. It's been an absolute privilege to have you on Spiritual Talk at last. Third time lucky, mate. And guys, but in 2 weeks' time, we are back with the marvelous Kelly Miller. And she'll be on. She's a well-known medium from the United States. If you'd like to check her out on Facebook. Also, don't forget, tomorrow we have Clara from 8 p.m. Myself, I'm at the Cottage Hospital in Wales next to Sea, raising funds for the local hospital there. Love to see you there. If you're in the area, it'd be great to see you and support a fantastic cause. Oh, Jade's just put up, yes, my granddad had a heart attack. Okay, there is a lot of yours loved ones in the spirit world, Jade, but I want to leave their love with you. And also lots of love to you, Jeffrey, from Spiritual Talk. Thank you for coming on. We love it. We love the messages that you did tonight. But guys, for now, we'll be back in 2 weeks' time, and we'll see you very soon. Have a great weekend.
Thank you, Paul.
Pleasure. Thank you.